God could have chosen any city in the world for the birthplace of his Son, Jesus. It could have been Rome, the city built on 7 hills and known far and wide as the place to live. He could have chosen Jerusalem, the largest city in the entire region of Judea, which later would be called the Holy City. Rather, he chose an insignificant village to be the site of our Savior's birth. Micah knew this and foretold it hundreds of years before. God chose Bethlehem, a tiny little town which lay in the shadow of Jerusalem. Not only was God's Son born in the poorest of cities, but he came to this earth amidst the poorest of conditions. Since there was no room for Mary and Joseph in any of the so-called inns of the village, they found refuge in a lowly stable that belonged to one of the innkeepers. They must have been a disappointment to those Israelites who thought their king would come to them riding a white horse and clothed in regal majesty. Instead, he came, wrapped in the poorest of clothing, and was placed in a manger. Is this how you would welcome a king?
He who came salvation to bring, would you show him to shepherds who kneel in and small, tiny songs to Him would you sing. Would you wrap in the clothes that were swaddling long? Is this how you would welcome a king? Would you mourn for a stable where cattle fed? Would your voice Hosannas ring? Would you place Him gently on a manger bed? Is this how you would welcome a king? Would you place Him gently on a manger bed? Is this how you would welcome a king? Is this how you would welcome a
The Apostle John wrote that Jesus became a human being and lived here on earth among men. God chose to have him come to us as a helpless baby. Those hands that created the world had to be cleansed by his mother. Those feet that one day will stand upon this earth as King of Kings and Lord of Lords had to be washed by earthly parents. It was an angel who told her to give him an earthly name, because he would save his people from their sins. Mary followed the angel's bidding and called him Jesus.